Okay, welcome to this session. In this one, we are going to be doing a vertical bar chart or a column graph from this information given here. Okay, so we're going to be given some details. We're going to be given what they want, and they're going to be giving you a table as well. So let's start by reading the following. The table shows the heights of 7 of the principal waterfalls in South America. So this is just an example. So the name of waterfalls given here, location of waterfalls, and their heights. What do they want us to do with this? To draw a bar chart to represent the recorded data. We can do two types of bar chart. We can do the vertical and we can do the horizontal. So let's start with the vertical bar chart. Okay. So how do we do with the vertical bar chart? Let's use a graph paper. I'm going to fold this in half so I can do both of them on one graph paper, just for example. Okay. Here goes the solution. This is going to be my working. So I'm going to move this to the side here, because I don't need all that space. I just need this space here so I can put my graph on this graph paper here, my chart. So since we have 979, 610, 488, 457, we will be rounding off our values, because obviously it will be almost impossible for us to be plotting those like 57 and 79 values. So we're going to be rounding it up, or we're going to be estimating on the graph paper here. So let's start from here. Okay, we'll start from here by drawing a line, and I go this way. That's going to be my vertical line, and I'm going to go horizontal this way. So for every centimeter, I'm going to take it to be 100. Okay, 100 in meters. So this is going to be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000 meters. So I'm going to label here as well. Put here height in meters. Okay, that's my label. I'm going to put here now the names, the location where they are, and I'm going to put the columns here to represent this length here. So we know that the first one is going to be at 979. Now if you come here, let's put it here at twice, at two little blocks like this, or 1 centimeter still to represent. So I would come here to 900. This would be 950, because if 1 centimeter represents, let me zoom in there a little bit. If 1 centimeter represents 100 meters, then at the middle it would be 950. Then it would be 960, 970, 980, 990. Somewhere up close there, it would be to a 9. And right in between would be like around 979. So let's see. I'm gonna call here 950, 960, 970, like in between here. Okay, this is going to be 979. Again, this is just roughly. Okay, and that part is expected, unless if we were using Excel, then we would get a perfect graph. But for us, we're just going to be representing this roughly this way. And notice what I'm doing. So I'm going to label here now Angel. Okay, because that is the name of the waterfall. Angel. And this is in Venezuela. Venezuela. And so I go to the second one, 610. That's, I'm going to skip one little box. 600, 610. Okay, this is false perfect, because we know that each millimeter represents 10. Okay, then we go down here as well as down there. So that's going to be the second one, Kukunan, 488. Okay, it's the second one, 400, 450, 460, 470, 480, approximately right somewhere around there. It's going to be 488. Again, roughly, like I said, if you're using Excel, just punch this into the columns and or cells, and you get a perfect graph. But for us, we're just doing roughly our graph paper here. So let me just zoom in back again. Oops, I got now too much. So this is King George VI. King George VI. I'm going to go to the next one now, and that is 457. That's 400, 450, 460, somewhere around here, like in between. Again, like I said, it's just roughly that we're getting those lengths there, because obviously we will not be able to count unless if we want to make the graph much bigger. Then yes, we can work with that. That's Roraima. And then we have here glass, okay, Brazil 404. So we have here 400, 410, okay, somewhere around here would be 404. Okay, so we get here 404. Again, there are many ways you can do your graph paper, your graph, your chart. You can be much more detailed if you want to. 300, the other one. Okay, that's perfect. Right here, that's 300. I'm using pen for it to be very clear. Otherwise, with pencil, it would be kind of dark for it to be seen. So, Catarata de Candelas. Candelas. You don't have to know the translation, okay? 200, 250, okay, somewhere around here. 251 more or less, right there. May have passed a little bit, but that's okay for right now. The idea is for us to get the idea of our graph, okay? TEUR. Let me put the name of where they are located. This is Venezuela. We have Guyana, Guyana again, Brazil, Colombia. We have Guyana again. Okay, and so this is the location of waterfall. So we need to give that label here. So I'm going to put here location of waterfalls. Okay, so that's our location of waterfalls. So this is our vertical bar chart, or what is known as column graph. Okay, vertical bar chart or column graph. So we have just expressed all this information here. Let me move this here. Oops, it got wet a little bit. It's kind of raining here in Belize City, so this is portraying that information onto a vertical bar chart or column graph. Okay, so let's speak a little bit about this. In this vertical bar chart or vertical or column graph, you can say it consists of a number of rectangular bars. As you can see, rectangular bars with same width, which can be drawn vertically. Okay, we're gonna be doing the horizontal one as well. Okay, and they need to be evenly spaced, so you don't put them close with one and then space it out with the other one. No, you don't do that. Okay, the height or length of each rectangular bar chart is directly proportional, as you can see, to the magnitude of the data or the information given to you that it is representing. Okay, it is always drawn on graph paper, so we should draw this vertical bar chart on graph paper, but you can do it on ordinary type folder sheet, type sheet, but it becomes much more difficult. Why a graph paper? Because it has vertical axes, as you can see, or horizontal axes, which can be drawn to scale, which allows for the exact, which we tried, magnitude of each piece of data that can be recorded, and read off or what is known as interpolated. Sometimes we can extrapolate also information in some cases. Okay, this information, this type of chart here, is used to represent discrete data that can only be of certain definite values. For example, shirt sizes, shoe sizes are examples of discrete data. They have an exact value. They don't have like 2 and 3/4. It's 2.5 or 2.5, or it is an exact value. Okay, so the next video will be with respect doing the horizontal bar chart. This was the vertical, or what is known as the column bar graph or column graph.